What's up, BF fam? This is Big Tone coming at you from Big Tone Productions, Beats and Feasts. I'm gonna do an old New Year's staple. I'm gonna do black eyed peas and cornbread with a twist. So stay tuned for the twist. So before we even get started, go ahead and like the video, comment on the video, and subscribe to my channel, guys. So thank you guys for doing everything you've done so far, but let's keep it going and let's get started with black eyed peas and cornbread with a twist. As I always do, I'm gonna show you my supporting cast. This is a very, very, very simple recipe. It's gonna be just 2 pounds of black eyed peas. I've already soaked and I've already cleaned these. I'll explain that in a second. This is just nothing more than just regular vegetable oil. This is a soul food seasoning salt. It's got all of my seasonings kind of in one. This is 2 onions coarsely chopped. This is just red chili pepper flakes for a little heat. And then we got some black pepper. Now inside of the pressure cooker, and that's what I'm gonna be using, the Power Pressure Cooker XL, I've got 2 ham hocks cooking, getting nice and tender. All right, and it also has about 4 cups of water in them. So all that seasoning is gonna come out in the water. And then I have over here 8 cups of chicken broth. So guys, give me a moment. We're gonna be back and I'll show you how I piece this together for black eyed peas and cornbread with a twist. So we're gonna try to construct this. Now you're talking about a 1-pot meal. This is definitely a 1-pot, walk away, wait till it's done type of thing. So all this is like I've already gone through my supporting cast. And as you can see, I got the 2 ham hocks in there. I got 4 cups of just regular water, seasoned by nothing but the ham hocks and the saltiness. Those are smoked ham hocks. So the first thing we're gonna do, guys, is very simple. And as I stated earlier, these have been cleaned. When I say cleaned, and if you guys have ever done this before, you pick through, get most of the stuff that you can get out. Sometimes they have little rocks in them, but you get most of the broken pieces, some of the shells. You can't get them all, but try to get as much as you can. So we're simply just gonna add this to the Power Pressure Cooker. And like I said, this is 2 pounds. All right, guys, so as you can see, I got all of my black eyed peas here in the Power Pressure Cooker. Guys, by the way, this is a wonderful, wonderful unit. If you get a chance, go pick one up. And if Power Pressure Cooker is watching, send me the bigger one. This is an 8-quart, I want a 10-quart. All right, guys, I'll do your product okay, don't worry about it. But anyway, I got my black eyed peas in there, as you can see. Next thing we're gonna add is my 2 onions. All right, we're gonna add a tad bit of oil, okay? Just a tad bit of oil. There we go. All right, now this has a lot of sodium in it, so I'm not gonna add a lot. That smoked ham hock added a lot of salt to it. All right, remember we're putting quite a bit of juice in there, or really broth. So we gotta put a little bit. All right, this is gonna give a little bit of heat. There we go. And then of course my black pepper. You notice I didn't put any salt in this. No pink Himalayan sea salt, none of that. Because that ham hock added enough salt, the seasoning salt is enough salt, and that's all we gotta do. All right, so we got our pepper in. The next thing we're gonna add, if you guys need to know the ratio for black eyed peas, I'm gonna tell you right now. So for every pound, so if you have a pound of black eyed peas, it requires really about 6 cups of broth. So I have 8 cups of broth here. I use chicken broth. And then I have 4 cups, and I'm doing 2 pounds, so it's gotta be 12. So I have 4 cups of broth here, or really ham hock water, or seasoned water, for my other 4 here. So I'm gonna add these, this 8 here. I'm gonna take this off here. One moment. Take this off. so there we go. And that's just that simple. I'm gonna stir these up a little bit. Stir. See the ham hock come up there? All right. So cook time on these, since they're already soaked, is probably about 15 minutes. I'm gonna do it for 15. If you don't mind, I'm gonna turn it around here just a little bit so I can see it. So I'm gonna go ahead and push the meat chicken button. That's gonna give me 15 minutes. I'm gonna move it to high, which is gonna give me an hour. Then I'm gonna increment it down to 15 minutes. I'm gonna put it on 20. I'll be back at 15 and see what it looks like, okay? So we're gonna place the lid on. I should have did that first, sorry guys. Make sure the lines line up here on the top. And I'm gonna do it again just for you guys. So I'm gonna stop it. Meat chicken, 15 minutes, increment it to high. And then we're gonna dial it down to 20. And you're gonna see the little lines going around. So I'm gonna be back in about 15 minutes or so. I'm gonna let this cook and I'm gonna check them. And they should be great. In the meantime, stay tuned for my little twist on the cornbread. Fam, so I'm back. We're gonna get started here on the cornbread with the twist. So, and I use just plain old Jiffy. I've used others and this is the best. So anyway, we're just basically following the directions on the box. So, to get started with this, all you have to do is open up the box of Jiffy. And I'm gonna be using 2, I think. So on the box it calls for 1 egg, and it calls for a 1/3 cup of milk. And then of course the Jiffy corn, or the Jiffy mix here, which I'm pouring out into the bowl now. All right, so we're gonna use the second one here. Oh, it's got these little things, I never noticed that. You rip it right open. Now, come on, you're stubborn, huh? Okay, so we got both of those. And then it calls for 1 egg per box. So I'm gonna put in 2 eggs. All right. The next thing, we're going to be using, I use a little different. It calls for a 1/3 cup of milk per box. So you're going to be using 2/3 because I'm doubling the recipe. And I'm using Eagle brand evaporated milk. All right. So there's 2/3 of evaporated milk. It's going to make it a little bit sweeter, and it's really good with it. So give it a try. All right, and the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add my corn, but we're gonna mix this up here first. So you just grab a whisk. Be careful, try not to get it all over the place. All right, once it gets starting to get incorporated, of course, you can start to mix at this point. Now, I also have some butter here. A little bit of butter. And this is about a 1/3 of a stick of butter. All right, and then I'm just gonna add my cream corn. So you just pour that in there. Get every little bit out of here. All right, guys, and let me discard that, and we're gonna mix it up. So it's 2 boxes of Jiffy, 2/3 cup of milk. You can use regular milk. I used Eagle brand evaporated milk. And then at that point is 1 can of cream corn and about a 1/3 cup or 1/3 stick of butter. And you're gonna mix it up, try to get all the lumps out. Now the other lumps are of course gonna be the corn here. So we're just gonna mix it up here. Shake off the excess. All right, guys, so it's just that easy. It really is just that easy. It's basically cream corn with Jiffy mix, and a lot of people do make this, but a lot of people sleep on it. So this is wonderful. And sometimes I add a little bit of sugar. I'm not gonna do that this time. All right, guys, so I got my 13 by 9 inch Pyrex dish here. And at that point, we're gonna simply just pour it into the Pyrex. And by the way, I am gonna grease this. I almost did not. I am gonna grease this. One moment here, guys. All you gotta simply do is just grab a little bit of butter. If you can buy some of those fancy sprays, and you just grease the bottom, guys. It doesn't have to be any of those fancy trays. Just gonna grease it, make sure I get a little bit all over the place here. Just so it doesn't stick as much. And I'm gonna do a little bit up the sides. I don't have enough to go all the way up the sides anyway, so just a little bit here. So there you have it, your non-stick spray. All right, guys, let me wipe my hands off here. All right, so let's get to pouring. Make sure I get the sides good. And we're going to spread this out somewhat evenly across the pan. And now it's just that simple. This goes in a 350 oven for about 40 minutes or so, 20. It just depends on how thick it is, but you can test it. Make sure you got some toothpicks by your side. You can push the toothpick in and see if it's firm. But that's just that simple. So here's my cornbread, my Jiffy cornbread mix with a twist. Hey guys, I'll be back here I'll be checking the black eyed peas, and we'll get you a finished product. Okay guys? See you in a little bit. All right, so it's been about 15 minutes. The cornbread took about 20 minutes, maybe a tad bit longer. Another perfection in the bowl, guys. I really don't know what to say. I do know I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna take a taste. Oh my God. I would do my Andrew Zimmerman, but I know you're tired of that. That is wonderful, guys. Share it with your family tomorrow. Share it with your friends. When they come over, this is gonna bring them good luck. Hey guys, if you like this video, like it, comment, subscribe to my channel, turn on the little notifications bell so you know when something comes out. It might be a surprise like today, but I want everybody to have a great, healthy, inspiring new year. This is Big Tone signing off. Peace.